And obviously, you guys ended up going to Sweden this winter as well, right?
Yeah.
How
Took
like,
the snow off.
dude,
Yeah, he
how
invited us
was
out.
that? I want to hear about that.
Me
That
Oh
too.
my god,
sounds
it was
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, it was so cool. Like, I think that's what my favorite part about drifting is all the connections that you make across the world. I mean, even Osbo invited us out to come out to ice drift with him. So
Yeah.
like you don't really like that. To me, that's the way to travel. I like that. Like being able to really like go somewhere and hang out with your friends and really get that local feel and like have a mission. That's the way I like to
Right.
travel. So
Yeah.
so when he called me and he was like, "Hey, can you be here Thursday?" It was like Tuesday. I'm like, benefit of working for yourself. You can kind of make that happen if you want to.
Wow.
And if you have a credit card, that helps as well. But
Yeah. So kind of like, what's like a itinerary over in Sweden? Like, how does it all work out when you're going and
um
driving?
when we went for ice drifting,
Yeah.
like 5 airplanes, like 24 hours of travel to get there.
24
It was
hours.
wild, dude. And then
Forever.
yeah, it was a whole day because we had to drive to Salt Lake from here, which is 3 hours drive. Then we got on an airplane and drove and flew from here to New York, and then New York to Copenhagen, and then Copenhagen to Stockholm, and then Stockholm to Skellefteå, which is Skellefteå.
But we, in the middle of that, we had a detour to Norway and then back because of our.
we missed one flight.
We didn't miss a flight. Our flights were delayed.
Yeah.
So wow.
24 hours.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
But it was definitely awesome when you land there. Like the food's better, the people are so kind.
Yes, it was awesome. It was like alpenglow most of the day.
But it's
like the sun comes up for like 2 or 3 hours, like
Wow.
and then it goes back down. It just comes up a little bit and goes back down.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
there's northern lights and reindeer and just like it kind of felt like here in the sense of how much snow and like that kind of mountain town vibe because he lives outside of town.
Yeah.
But what was really funny is that I had a snowsuit from their town and they were all wearing snowsuits from my town, which is from Idaho, and I was wearing all these and I was wearing their brand from their town, so that was really funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Small world.
Yeah, it really
the highest level of ski shoot she had from their town.
Yeah.
And we have the highest level of ski suits that were
so
manufactured in an hour from our town where they all wore theirs. So
wow.
It was really funny.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah. So were you guys just like having a lot of fun driving, or were you trying to like get better with techniques and stuff too, or is like?
Oh, it was all about. I mean,
his cars were ripping, dude.
Yeah, it was both, right? Like he's very he's very. Chellee can explain it more because that's why she can. That's why she gets more direction because she can actually soak it up better. Guys don't listen; girls can listen.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why he works.
Listen to her as she's nodding her head.
That's why he works with me because he's like, listen.
Girls listen, right? No, but like he'll come in and he's just like very nonchalant about. He'll ride with you and like he didn't give me any direction for like a day and a half, and then like he's kind of soaking it all in with what you need to do, right? So we drove. Obviously she's getting directions first because she's the golden child,
right?
Whatever.
But
we're just good friends.
No, they get to talk and they communicate a lot better and a lot more, and I'm building the cars a little bit more too, but like he's doing it with both of us, right? But like it's a little bit of at the beginning, a little bit of guidance and direction, riding with us, and then the guidance and direction, and then kind of leaving us on our own for a day. For what's that?
And having fun.
Yeah, for a day and a half of like, okay, a half a day's worth of driving, then some guidance and direction, and then applying it for like a day and a half.
Yeah,
and like we were so lucky to have him. Like all he wants is the cost of the fuel. We arrive to his house, like we get a hang. We're staying at his house. We get to drive his cars. So all we have to do is help mechanic. He takes us out there. He plows the track all day. Like there's nowhere in the world that like anybody can get that unless you're either paying for it or just really know the person, right? It was so cool. His track was like 2 minutes from the house, and he plowed it before we got there. He'd been working on it a bunch, and like if you've watched our Instagram videos, you'll see his little plow thingy that he made up, and like he just nerds out on building. Like in Sweden, everything is like built and then built again and then built better and then built better and then built better. Here in America, we kind of build it and we're like, all right, that's good enough. It'll work. Let's just move on. Right. He loves like making it better. And so he kind of nerds out on stuff like that. But it was really cool to like see their relationship grow and get better and like see how they did it over there. And then like see the way he wrapped his head around drifting too. And bring some stuff back home to our house. His cars were amazing, though. He'd worked with, the highest level drivers in the world. So they'd give him his ideas, and so his cars they flat out ripped. So that was really cool to drive his cars. And,
Yeah, they had the big studs on them too, right? Not the.
yeah,
All the tubes.
yeah. Oh, but he does it on a budget. He had tires that were so old they were cracked and didn't hold air, and he's putting tubes
They're as
into
old
them.
as me, some of them.
They were old, 10, 12 years old. But they were the same tires that we typically run here. We run the Pirelli tires, and we get them imported from Canada, and they're expensive. They're like $500-600, but they rip. Like they're super cool. It made us come home and we're like, okay, we got to do this to our car and make it faster here and lighter here and gut this.
By the time we woke up, we got the cars ready, and literally, like, you don't even have to drive. You just drive. You don't have to trailer. You just drive from his house or from the shop to the lake, because everybody there has a village, and a village is really like a neighborhood here. But they all have kind of a lake, and then they having a track on the lake is very normal. Like versus here, people would never drive out on the ice, like ever, and like everyone's ice fishing. So there, nobody's like really ice fishing or anything. It's they're all snowmobiling or out there driving with their kids, teaching them how to drive on the ice and stuff. So it's very normal to see an ice track in Sweden on every lake.
Interesting. Yeah.
Neat.
I mean, obviously, like up there, rally driving's also really big, so I'm sure they do a lot of testing with that kind of stuff and get better with that. But that's really cool.
Like autocross / like road racing. Everybody's doing it out on the lakes. I would say every town is about 5 to 15 miles apart, and everyone has a little lake there, because we were in the northern part where it's more mountainy, right? So there's tons of lakes there, and every single lake had a local guy that had a passion for cars and was out there plowing it. But here in Idaho, everybody's opposite. They're like, ice fishing only. They're like very. It's not like Minnesota where there's like people on the lakes all the time because it's cold all the time. So it was such a different vibe.